Hello everyone, we return to the month of November where we've been dunking on Wizards left and right, and every week it seems to keep getting worse. This has been quite the train wreck to witness. You go from teasing reprinting Power 9 and reserve list cards, which you know is going to piss off a lot of people. Even though they're not tournament legal, it's the whole idea behind doing it, and knowing that most of the community would still be okay with you printing these kinds of proxies, so long as you didn't give them $1,000 for the MSRP. No. What they've done this week is perhaps the most shameful thing that they've done all year, which is really saying something. Recently, a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber by the name of Ruxin34 made a video where he opened up the Magic 30th Anniversary product. This didn't quite go over so well, which I think is amazing because I was not expecting that kind of overlap. I know people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Are aware of Magic and vice versa, but I didn't know that it would be that widespread to the point where our community would get involved, let them know, hey, this is a bad product, it's taking advantage of the consumer. These are not actually tournament legal, which this Ruxin34 probably had no way of knowing that since he doesn't seem to have any other videos about Magic the Gathering. But right now, a lot of people are rallying around this guy, and even some from our community because we kind of understand, like Wizards of the Coast, they're continuing the Dark Wizards arc. They're so desperate that they're going outside of the community that has so strongly rejected this product and advertised to other YouTubers, and this isn't the only one, this is the most well-known one, because there's actually an apology video for it. It's a manipulation and betrayal of trust. I think, yes, you should probably acknowledge that you should have looked up the MSRP for a product before you opened it, because you're basically giving a tacit endorsement of the product that's really overpriced. And it's not just that it's overpriced, like, a lot of things are overpriced. This is a barrier to entry where the average person who would want to experience beta for the first time is not going to. I will say I sympathize with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player as someone who has bought Yu-Gi-Oh! Products in the past. It's been about 10 years since I have. But I remember the Legendary collections. Those were really cool, and they had a similar purpose to what a 30th anniversary would for Magic, where they were pretty cool reprint sets that were throwbacks to some of the first cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't remember those being expensive. In fact, I think you could easily get multiples of those. So a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player being approached by Wizards of the Coast and asked to promote this product, open it on his channel where he opens a lot of other stuff. That's primarily Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, it's not Magic, it's not anything close to Magic. This seems to be a person who is only interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you're given the opportunity, like a lot of people think that this is Wizards of the Coast trying to branch out and appeal to other people from different communities because, again, the Magic community has rejected the same product, and you'd be right to think that, but this is just as much an opportunity for a YouTuber like Ruxin34. You want to appeal to Magic the Gathering players, maybe you can occasionally open up a product we send you. We'll compensate you for doing that. And clearly he was sent this because no way would you pay for it yourself and then review it. But the fact that this is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, again, like a lot of those products have never even been in the neighborhood, they've never been in the zip code, the galaxy, the universe of this expensive. So him seeing that there's only 4 packs, it's totally reasonable to not do that extra bit of research because you're not a crazy person and you're assuming that other people aren't crazy and that they wouldn't price something like that ridiculously high. So the apology video was made. I'm not the biggest fan of apology videos, because I think most of it's performative. I would rather just have the person explain what happened, make like an explanation video. And I don't even think he had to apologize for really anything. It's what YouTubers do. If you're given an opportunity to grow your channel, you should probably take it. That being said, you have to be careful when a lot of people want to take advantage of you for your audience. And that's exactly what happened here. The next story is again courtesy of Alpha Investments. He's been on top of this the whole week. This was actually a YouTuber in his comment section, a massive YouTuber. I mean, this guy dwarves really anything in the Magic content creator community. Leonhardt is a Pokemon YouTuber that does kind of the same thing, but instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic, it's Pokemon, and you get a lot of big personalities on YouTube that collaborate with Leonhardt here. He left a comment here that was pinned. Last week, WOTC contacted me offering a significant amount of money to promote the product. That's big. Not knowing too much about it other than it sounding cool, I did a preliminary yes before signing anything, but did some research on it and saw the reception to it and went back and declined them. Which I have to say that takes some level of conviction on his part because he's massive. He's got like 1.7 million subs. I think his audience would be more than enough to balance out the criticism he would receive for doing this. So kudos to him for checking just the average opinion going into possibly reviewing it and then seeing that, wow, overwhelmingly, the video promoting the 30th anniversary is getting downvoted to oblivion. It's like 10,000 downvotes to only 400 upvotes the last time I saw it. And he put two and two together and said, yeah, this is probably not a good idea. Wizards of the Coast is clearly trying to take advantage of me for my reach, my audience, the potential signal boost for their cash grab. It's really kind of embarrassing because we are supposed to have a friendly rivalry with the Pokémon YouTubers and the Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers. Doesn't mean you don't want to try to win them over, but it's embarrassing when you hear about Wizards of the Coast offering this guy money to promote a product outside of the community because they have to know that we all hate it. Just about everyone here is opposed to the idea of not just reprinting these, but you're reprinting these with the most unrealistic MSRP ever. If you need any help understanding that, just flip the script here and imagine any Magic the Gathering YouTuber being approached by, I don't know, Konami and being asked to promote a Yu-Gi-Oh product that they had no knowledge of. They clearly had no knowledge of the game or the community reception of that product. It was easier for Leonhardt too, to be honest, because he doesn't need the reach. He doesn't really need Wizards of the Coast's help, they need his. So he had all the leverage in that discussion. He could say no and walk away if he wanted to. And that's funny, but it's still embarrassing. It's still embarrassing to know that Wizards of the Coast, they keep tripping over their own shoelaces. And I've got a little musical number coming up here soon, just to continue dunking on Wizards. I think it's fun. People will ask me, why do you like picking on Mark Rosewater? It's nothing personal, but he is the face of Wizards of the Coast. You're the face of Wizards. You should probably own it. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Commander Void signing off. I will see you all next time.